With a heavy heart and tearful eyes, India bids farewell to 5 of its brave hearts who made the supreme sacrifice in the Rajouri encounter.
Here at the wreath-laying ceremony, top officials from the J&K administration, from J&K police, from the Indian Army are here, and one by one they are laying wreaths. We can see J&K DGP R.K. Swain, White Knight Corps Commander Lieutenant General Sandeep Jain, Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi. They are laying wreaths on the mortal remains of the Bravehearts and paying their tributes. The entire nation salutes the supreme sacrifice of our Bravehearts, and their sacrifice won't be forgotten.
The Indian Army held a wreath-laying ceremony in Rajouri. Another ceremony for the Bravehearts will be held at the Jammu Military Hospital. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, DGP R.K. Swain and other top army officials paid tributes.
जैसा कि आपको विदित है, ये दोनों खूंखार आतंकवादी पिछले 1 साल से कई इन्होंने ऐसी घिनौनी हरकतें की थी, ऐसी किलिंग्स की थी जो हम इनको ढूंढ नहीं पा रहे थे और ये कहीं जाकर छुप रहे थे। हमारे रोमियो फोर्स के जवान और 9 पैरा के जवानों ने मिलकर ये जो कार्रवाई की है, इसमें तो शहादत तो हुई है, लेकिन हमने 2 खूंखार आतंकवादियों का खात्मा किया।
Captain M.V. Pranjal, Captain Shubham Gupta, Havaldar Abdul Majid, Lance Nayak Sanjay Bisht and paratrooper Sachin Laur laid down their lives fighting Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists. The grief-stricken family members of our Bravehearts are yet to come to terms with the loss. Security forces have recovered a huge cache of arms and ammunition from Rajouri, where 2 Lashkar terrorists were neutralized.
और ये ऑपरेशन जो कल जिसकी सक्सेस हासिल हुई है, जिसमें ये दोनों टेररिस्ट को मार गिराया गया, ये एक आपसी तालमेल जो कि जेकेपी, भारतीय सेना और बाकी सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज जो कि इस इलाके में ऑपरेशंस कर रहे हैं, उसकी एक पहचान है। और मैं यकीन दिलाता हूं कि ये प्रक्रिया आगे भी बनी रहेगी और आने वाले दिनों में और भी सक्सेस हासिल किए जाएंगे।
A country in mourning pledges the sacrifice of the Bravehearts will not go in vain. With Sunil Ji Bhatt, Bureau Report, India Today.
Viewer, it's difficult to be shocked and sickened in this age we live in. In our hyper-connected world, sure, there are things that trigger us, but for most part, we've lost the capacity to be truly sickened, truly disgusted, truly ashamed of what we see. This video you see playing next to me, and I'll put the sound up in a moment, is from outside the home of Army Special Forces Officer Captain Shubham Gupta in Agra, one of the 5 braves killed in action in the Rajouri terror encounter. The wailing woman in pink is Captain Shubham's mother, Pushpa, being held up by relatives. But I want you to look at the 2 men flanking her on either side. The man to Pushpa ji's left is Uttar Pradesh Minister and Agra BJP MLA Yogendra Upadhyay. The man to Pushpa ji's right is the BJP's Agra Cantonment MLA Giriraj Singh Dharmesh. As the cameras roll, this is them trying to thrust cash checks, public money, into the hands of a grieving mother who has just lost her 27-year-old son. Listen to Pushpa Gupta as she pleads with both these MLAs to stop this public display. Just listen to this video.
मेरा सब कुछ मेरे बेटू शुभम शुभम आज भाग रही है। शुभम उसको नहीं बुला रहा। ये मेरे ये प्रदर्शनी मत लगा पाई। मेरे प्यारे बेटू को बुला दो भाई। मैं क्या करूं? मैं मेरा सब कुछ मेरे बेटू शुभम शुभम आज भाग रही है। शुभम उसको नहीं बुला रहा।
Has politics really become this shameless, viewer? How completely devoid of a soul must you be in order to thrust a check into the arms of a wailing mother while she practically begs you to stop this photo op? How heartless must you be to still continue with that photo op, forcing that grieving mother of an army brave to turn around, yearning to escape from that spectacle? Even if we don't credit our netas with much shame anymore, how emotionally barren, how emotionally vacant must you be to be immune to the cries of a woman who has just lost her son in an operation protecting the country? Or were these MLAs from Uttar Pradesh simply there to mark attendance? Did they have somewhere more important to be that they couldn't wait for a few minutes and perhaps give the check, public money, to a family member who wasn't so distraught? Of course they couldn't, because the act of giving that check needed to be on camera, you see. The two MLAs needed it to be seen that they had made the time as ruling party MLAs to visit the family of Captain Shubham Gupta. The young officer hadn't been dead even for a day, not even for 24 hours, when this disgusting scene was playing out. His body hadn't even reached his home in Agra. What these two netas have signaled to the public is that our worst impressions of the political class are probably true. Forget about probably, they are true. That politics visibly requires a relinquishing of basic human values, basic sensitivity, forget about soul. That politicians like these two MLAs are so immersed in their insular worlds, it doesn't strike them that the symbolism of checks being thrust into the hands of a grieving mother is like ascribing a price for the life of young Captain Shubham Gupta. The netas may watch their video and realize how shocking, how pathetic their actions have been. But it's too late, it's too late. Sometimes all it takes is a few seconds of thoughtlessness to rip the lid off the reality of political culture, of the cracks in society, of the arrogant dereliction, shamelessness of our netas. Will Minister Yogendra Upadhyay and MLA Giriraj Singh Dharmesh, both of the BJP, apologize? Will their apology even mean anything, given they didn't even realize what they were doing wrong, even when an inconsolable mother was spelling it out for them? All I can really wish for now is for Pushpa Gupta's peace. She didn't deserve this. May time heal her terrible wounds.
ये प्रदर्शनी मत लगा पाई। मेरे प्यारे बेटू को बुला दो भाई। मैं क्या करूं? मैं क्या मेरी दुनिया खत्म हो गई। मेरा सब कुछ खत्म हो गया। मेरे बेटू शुभम उसको नहीं बुला रहा।
Moving on now, nearly 4 years since the COVID-19 pandemic first broke out, a new virus has taken over, well, surprise, surprise, China once again. Hospitals in Beijing and Shanghai, among other areas, have been witnessing a huge surge in children, young children hospitalized for undiagnosed pneumonia with symptoms of respiratory illnesses. The symptoms have so far been attributed to different pathogens. But India is not letting its guard down. The world has learned a lesson from a China that has lied, faked data, and then fooled the entire world, risking humanity during COVID-19. Take a look at the latest that we know.
Years on since the COVID-19 pandemic first broke out, and a horrible sense of deja vu. China once again is hogging world attention for the wrong reasons. This time around, reports of pneumonia-like illness in the northern part of China, Beijing and Liaoning, has got the world's attention. And rightfully so. Exactly 4 years ago, similar information from Wuhan province in China had emerged, or should we say, was by and large concealed. The outbreak turned out to be that of the novel coronavirus that led to the global pandemic that we are still dealing with. This time around, these videos and sketchy information reflect an outbreak in children. The World Health Organization has said that China has indicated that there is no unusual activity in spite of the fact that infections amongst children is only increasing. China, in fact, has told the World Health Organization that it could be because of circulation of pathogens which is seen during this time of the year, or maybe because of pneumonia, possibly because of lifting of COVID-19 restrictions. But why just children? What about the videos that are doing the rounds of hospitals and clinics getting completely inundated? There are several questions that remain unanswered. The World Health Organization says that they are, in fact, monitoring the situation very closely. And this time around, China has been communicative.
Presently in the China, what is happening? See, a lot of children are getting hospitalized because of pneumonia. And so far the organism what they have identified looks like it is a mycoplasma pneumonia. So mycoplasma is an atypical pathogen which is seen mostly in the children which are more than 5-year-old school age going children, not in small infant or younger children. So in those cases we see symptoms like gradually increasing fever, gradually progressing cough, poor appetite, not taking feed well, and sometimes manifestation outside the lung as well.
The World Health Organization has alerted member countries and underscored that this time around, China has kept the world body posted.
Pediatricians in our country are seeing children with fever and sore throat as always. There is no discernible rise in the numbers. Pediatricians say that they have not seen anything unusual in India at this time, and mycoplasma cases are not currently being reported. In terms of precautions, children who have fever, cough, or symptoms of a cold are advised to stay away from school and also not to mingle in social gatherings.
This outbreak's severity has also led to the suspension of classes in some schools as students and teachers have fallen sick, a situation very similar to the early days of the COVID-19 outbreak. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today TV.
Panauti Pappu politics takes over the road to the election season. That's the big debate on News Track with Rahul Kamal coming up after this break. Stay with us.
You
are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company. You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
The Honorable Prime Minister has raised that issue that deepfakes are deeply disruptive. It can create divisions and all kinds of disruptions in communities, in families, and therefore deepfakes are a very, very clear and present danger to the safe and trusted internet. That is our goal and our policy. Way back, I reminded them today, I made a presentation to them and I reminded them that way back from October 2022, the government of India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's government, has been alerting them to the threat of misinformation and deep fakes which are part of misinformation. The intermediaries of today all agreed that the current IT rules and under the IT Act provide for adequate compliance requirements on their part to deal with deepfakes. Even as we speak to a future regulations and a future law, which is certainly required given that our IT Act is 23 years old, it was emphasized to them again, to which they have agreed, that the current law and the current Act and the current rules under 31B5 provides for compliance requirements by the platforms on misinformation, patently false information, and deepfakes. This has been agreed to by the platforms. I have urged them today and have said that we will follow it up with an advisory and a directive that all platforms must align there and transform their terms of use with their users to be consistent with the 12 areas that are prohibited on the Indian internet under 31B, Rule 31B. And the platforms have agreed in 7 days to ensure that harmonization and that alignment so that every user on every platform is aware that when they use a platform, the platform intends to be a safe and trusted platform, and the platform will not tolerate these 12 types of content, 12 types of information that have been prohibited under the IT Act and the IT rules.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
The rising danger of deepfakes, making celebrities fall prey to unforeseen threats, prompting Prime Minister Narendra Modi to press the alarm button.
डीप फेक समाज के लिए, व्यक्ति के लिए कितना खतरनाक है, इसकी गंभीरता को समझते हुए हमें आगे बढ़ना होगा। हम चाहते हैं कि एआई should reach the people and it must be safe for the society.
A worried government got into action mode, fearing massive ramification for internet users. IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav met tech giants to counter the deepfake danger. The minister served a dire warning against misuse of new age technology. Terming deepfakes a new threat to democracy, Ashwini Vaishnav added that the government will soon come up with new regulations to tackle them.
आगामी कुछ ही हफ्तों में रेगुलेशन की ड्राफ्टिंग को कंप्लीट करने का प्रयास किया जाएगा। हम इसको नए रेगुलेशन को नए रूल्स के फॉर्म में भी ला सकते हैं, नए कानून के फॉर्म में भी ला सकते हैं या एग्जिस्टिंग रूल्स के अमेंडमेंट के फॉर्म में भी ला सकते हैं।
The government formed up a 4-point action plan to counter the fakes: detection, prevention of getting them viral, strengthening a reporting mechanism, and creating awareness. Rashmika Mandanna, Katrina Kaif, Sara Tendulkar and Kajol have been among the high-profile victims of deepfakes. Both Sara and Rashmika have expressed their dismay over being targeted by deepfakes, urging for sensible use of tech. Will the government crack down, contain the menace? Bureau Report, India Today.
everybody, how are you? My man from New Jersey. अरे my God, you're going to treat me like a nawab. That's your biryani. अरे बाप रे, हलीम भी ले आए. कबूतर जा, कबूतर time. What do the young people of Telangana want?
First of all, we need some jobs.
Mutton pickle, I love them. Wow, this is a non-veg's delight. My Telangana thali, I'm all set for it.
Both are family parties, both are corrupt parties, both are our enemies.
I'm always on the ground. You're the one who's flying.
I'm flying high. Are you flying with me?
अच्छा पूरी
मटन कीमा
excellent.
आप समझो जैसा भी दिल्ली से लेकर दिल्ली तक.
Nice line from Gully to Delhi. Telangana mutton. This is perfect for elections on my plate.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Growing Legacies.
Co-presented by Century Laminates by Manish Malhotra, fashion for your furniture.
Co-presented by
Macho Hint, बड़े आराम से.
Co-powered by PolicyBazaar.com, हर family होगी insured.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching a special edition of the News Track. Panoti, Papi and political fireworks. Will the opposition's personal attacks on the Prime Minister backfire once again? That's my top focus on the News Track.
अच्छा वाला हमारे लड़के वहां पे वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाते, वो वहां पे पनौती हरवा दिया.
Panoti, Papi, poster war and political fireworks. World Cup war of words intensifies.
बहुत अच्छा किया है.
Cricket used to score political points. By abusing the Prime Minister, has the opposition hit wicket? Big focus on News Track.
The Election Commission has issued notice to Congress Member of Parliament Rahul Gandhi on the issue of calling the Prime Minister a panauti, a bad omen. The Congress thinks the notice is ill-founded given the fact that several BJP leaders, including the Prime Minister, have also made very personal attacks on Rahul Gandhi and various other opposition leaders. Today, Mamata Banerjee joined the attack bandwagon, calling the Prime Minister a papi, somebody who committed a crime. Are these personalized attacks going to backfire yet again? It happened in 2019 in the Lok Sabha elections campaign. Could that happen again? We have a panel of experts we'll talk to in just a moment, but take a look at our lead story tonight.
आप लोग पूरा 10-10 गेम जीत के आए हो, ये तो होता रहता है। सुनाइए भाई, देश आप लोगों को देख रहा है।
From the highs and lows of cricket in the World Cup final to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's metaphorical shot at a campaign rally.
अच्छा वाला हमारे लड़के वहां पे वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाते, वो वहां पे पनौती हरवा दिया.
From the heart of sporting action in Ahmedabad to the political arena in the middle of election campaign.
Panoti.
Rahul Gandhi did not name the Prime Minister when he issued the Panoti remark. The Election Commission nevertheless entered the fray, sending a notice to Congress MP over his jibe. The political maelstrom over the Prime Minister's presence at the Narendra Modi Stadium on November 19th has since intensified. Congress has unleashed a poster war with this Panoti-e-Azam poster. The BJP retaliated, listing Congress bigwigs as Panoti in this art. The West Bengal Chief Minister has also entered the jewel.
ইন্ডিয়ান ক্রিকেটাররা এত ভালো খেললো, সব খেলায় জিতলো, আর পাপিষ্ঠরা যেখানে গেল সেইখানে গিয়ে ভরাডুবি হলো।
Amidst the political cacophony, cricketer Mohammad Shami stepped in, calling the Prime Minister's post-final meeting with the team a confidence booster.
हमें बहुत अच्छा किया है इस बार।
देखिए, बहुत ज़रूरी होता है क्योंकि उस टाइम पे हम मैच हार चुके थे और जब आपके प्राइम मिनिस्टर जब वहाँ पे आके आपको प्रोत्साहन देते हैं तो वो एक अलग ही एक कॉन्फिडेंस होता है कि देश का जिम्मेदार आदमी आपके साथ आया है, आपके सहानुभूति दे रहा है। वो बहुत ज़रूरी होता है क्योंकि उस टाइम मॉरल वैसे ही डाउन होता है और जब ऐसे मोमेंट में कोई आपका पीएम जैसा इंसान सामने खड़ा है और वो ऐसे बोल रहा है, कॉन्फिडेंस दे रहा है, तो वो एक अलग ही चीज़ हो जाती है, कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड करती है। मुझे लगता है ये बहुत बड़ा पार्ट है।
In the echoes of the World Cup defeat, though, Panoti politics rings through the political battlefield. Bureau Report, India Today.
Panoti.
The Election Commission issuing notice to Congress Member of Parliament Rahul Gandhi, the opposition crying hoarse saying the EC is siding with the government of the day. Does it make political sense for the opposition to be launching these direct personalized attacks on the Prime Minister given his immense popularity at the moment? It backfired in the last elections. Has the opposition thought this through enough or could it backfire once again? To talk about that, let me introduce you to our guests. I want to start by introducing spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Tuhin Sinha. Flanking him, author, analyst Hindal Sengupta. To my left, I have Adil Singh Boparai of the Congress and well-known author, analyst and politician Pawan Barma. I want to start by asking Adil Singh Boparai why you think the Election Commission's notice on the issue of Rahul Gandhi calling the Prime Minister Panoti is ill-founded. Given that this isn't parliamentary language by any means, the EC is within its rights to ask Rahul Gandhi to explain his personalized attack on the Prime Minister.
Well, Kaval Saab, firstly, we're extremely disappointed by the partisan position which has been taken by the Election Commission of India. I think it demonstrates their duplicity, their double standards and their hypocrisy. We've had a barrage of comments from the BJP's top echelons against our leadership, and I have a list of those comments. Murkho ke Sardar, Vish Kanya, Congress ki Vidwa, Jersey Cow, Shehzada Rahul, 50 crore rupee girlfriend, Night Watchman, Rahu Kal, Rakshas. So certainly the Election Commission of India, which is an arbiter under our constitutional scheme of things, can't turn a blind eye to what is said by the BJP. It cannot be par for the course. If it's a jibe on one side, it has to be a jibe on the other side. So therefore, for the Election Commission of India to become an interested player and alter the level playing field, I think leaves much to be desired. Coming to the larger political point, I think these elections are not about the Prime Minister. These elections are about the issues which are grappling the people of these states. Now, predominantly and majorly, our focus has been on price rise, on unemployment and rampant corruption in the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, unfortunately, some of the BJP and their acolytes want to change the narrative. I think it's too late in the day. The people of these states have made up their mind.
BJP leaders have used words like Jersey cow, 50 crore ki girlfriend. Nobody seemed to object to that. Here, the Election Commission gets prickly on Rahul Gandhi using the word panauti. The Congress arguing he didn't even name the Prime Minister at that time. He alluded to his presence without naming the Prime Minister. He's saying the EC is batting for you.
Good evening, Rahul. Good evening, everybody. Well, even the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, did not name Rahul Gandhi when he mentioned Murkho ka Sardar, or when he used a whole lot of words that you mentioned. You know, to my understanding, a panauti is somebody who, after spending 20 years in public life, struggles with the full form of MSP. You know, who gets confused whether petrol comes under the ambit of GST or not, who questions the essence of Bharat Mata, and who says that, you know, for every litre of petrol that you fill in your vehicle, 50% goes to Adani. And in fact, I would like the Congress person to throw light and elucidate it, to explain how does that happen. So, you know, do you expect us to call that person a genius? And, you know, we have been facing attacks from the Congress from 2007 onwards when Honorable Prime Minister, then the CM of Gujarat, was called Maut ka Saudagar. We have learned to live with it. We normally don't respond. But when they demonize the country, and again over here, when did the Prime Minister use the word, Murkho ka Sardar? He used it when a lie was spread about the Make in India program, that most of the phones in your hand are assembled in China, whereas today 98% of the phones in India, circulated in India, are assembled in India. Again, I'm using the word assembled. You know, this guy, Rahul Gandhi, goes abroad, he picks up a Sikh gentleman among the journalists and says Sikhs are not safe in India. So when, you know, these kinds of lies are spread to demonize the image of India, that is when we respond with certain harsh words.
Pawan Verma, this is election season. Is this fair game? You throw some punches, you take some punches, or do you think Rahul Gandhi was out of line in calling the Prime Minister of the country a panauti?
Well, Rahul, let me first make one thing clear. I am very much in politics and very much in touch with political parties, but not in any political party at the moment. I am dismayed, and the country is dismayed, at the level of political discourse in this country, where name-calling, irrelevant blame-gaming, personal attacks, acrimony, bitterness have become the norm. And when the leadership resorts to this kind of language, there are enough acolytes who follow blindly. So that's the first comment I want to make. Secondly, I do want to say that it is rather shallow in the context in which panauti was used to attack the Prime Minister. I am not for a moment condoning the language used against opposition leaders, and especially against Mr. Rahul Gandhi, which Adil gave a list of.